Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned for today. I'm going to go over all the different scaling options for you. We're going to start off with a Tabata. So it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You're going to start with some crawling, followed by a hollow hold, an arch hold, some penguin claps, sit-ups, squat therapy, and then we'll go over kicking up to a handstand hold and some scap pull-ups, or I'll show modifications if you don't have access to a wall or a pull-up bar. After that, we'll do our 50 unbroken Russian swings. For our strength today, guys, we're gonna do an EMOM for 4 rounds. You're gonna go 4 to 8 strict pull-ups, second minute, 4 to 8 strict handstand push-ups, third minute, 4 to 8 strict toes to bar, and then minute 4 is a rest. This is non-negotiable. You should be working very hard such that you need a rest minute. Okay, you're gonna go through that 4 times. You wanna make sure you're getting at least 15 seconds of rest each minute, so scale the number of reps even further down to like 2 or 3 if need be, or modify the movement. I'm gonna go over scaling up options would be weighted pull-ups, or if you wanna do strict chest to bar or bar muscle-ups, you could do deficit handstand push-ups, and then weighted or single leg toes to bar. For the scale down, I'm gonna go through a different kind of pull-up option with some sliders. We're gonna go over pike push-ups and then anchored toes to bar. For our WOD, we're gonna go 3 minutes on, 3 minutes of rest, times 3 rounds. So remember, anytime you see a 1-to-1 ratio of work to rest, that means you should be working super hard during that 3 minutes of work. You're gonna start with 20 wall balls. RX is 20 pounds at 10 feet, or 14 pounds at 9 feet for the ladies. 10 power snatches, 75 pounds for the guys, 53 for the ladies. And then we're gonna go max calories on a rower, bike, ski erg, or if you don't have any of those pieces of equipment, max double unders or penguin claps. You should be using weights that allow you to complete the wall balls and the power snatch each in 1 to 2 sets. If you want to RX plus, go to 30 wall balls and 15 power snatches. If you don't have access to a wall ball or a barbell, then I want you to use your dumbbells for some thrusters and then for alternating power snatch. So let's go over the movements first. For the Tabata, we have our forward and reverse crawl. So hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and then I'm going to alternate, or opposite arm, opposite leg, move together. I'll take a few steps forward, a few steps back. If I need to modify, I'll just put my knees on the ground and crawl on my knees. Next one's going to be our hollow holds. So for this, guys, we're going to start in our balled up position here, feet together, toes pointed, arms at the side. Head and shoulders are off the ground, back is nice and flat. From here, we can extend one leg, keeping that back flat, then the other, then our arms. If your back comes off the ground, you're coming back to your starting position. For our next movement, we're going to go into our arch hold with some arm exercises. So for our arch, hands are out, arms are out straight, feet together, toes pointed. I'm going to raise up, and then I'm going to keep my arms elevated as I draw them around to my back and then to the front. For our next movement, we're going to go into is our penguin claps. So remember, we're bouncing on the balls of our feet. We're going to clap our hips 2 times while we are suspended in air. So you should be thinking about jumping really high and then clapping those hips 2 times while you're in air. Next movement's going to be our sit-ups. So for these guys, if you have an ab mat, feel free to use it. Feet are going to be butterflied. You're going to go back, touch the shoulders, and then use the arms as leverage to pull you up. Next 3, we're going to go over here at the wall. So guys, first with our squat therapy, you can set up from your fist to your forearm. If you already know you can do this, go ahead and move in a little bit closer. Feet are going to be in your squat stance, arms are going to be up overhead. You're going to push back and then squat down, pushing those knees out, getting the butt below the knees, and then stand. After you finish your squat therapy. The next one we're going to do is our handstand hold. So we're going to kick up to the wall. Arms are going to start straight. I'm going to plant one leg and then kick up the other. If I want to work on a freestanding handstand, I'm just going to peel the feet off the wall. Or if you want to, just work on that handstand hold with your feet to the wall. Pull the head through so that you're looking back at the other wall. And then you can just kind of start to float off. Find that balance on the wall. If you don't have access to a wall, aren't quite proficient at kicking up, you can use your weight here, hold, and then press overhead. Our last movement in our Tabata is going to be our Scap Pull-ups. So for these, we are going to wrap the thumb around, hands just outside of the shoulders. We're going to hang from the bar and then pull with the scaps. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, you can use your weight, set up in a Bentover Row position, and then row to the chest. So that's the end of our Tabata. Next we're going to go into those swings. So remember, the belt's going to start a few inches in front of the toes. I'm going to pull the shoulders down and back, hike, squeeze the butt at the top. I'm driving my feet into the ground and using that power to extend and lock out at chest height. If you're starting to get, if these are starting to get easy for you and you want to make them harder and you don't have a heavier weight, go ahead and just swing a little higher, maybe to forehead height, maybe do that for 30 reps, and then finish out the last 20 at chest height. Next what we're going to do, guys, is go through our strength portions. So these are our pull-ups, our strict pull-ups. So we're going to get set up the same way we were for our Scap pull-ups. We're going to start in this hanging position here, and then we'll pull up so that the chin goes over the bar. So I'm just driving my elbows down, pulling up. If I want to scale up, I could wear a weight vest. I could put a dumbbell between my feet. If I wanted to do a chest to bar, then I can pull and just make sure that I make contact below the collarbone for those chest to bars. If you have bar muscle-ups and you want to work strict bar muscle-ups, feel free to do that. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar and you are sick of doing Bentover rows for the last 3 months, then another option, this is especially good if you have a hardwood floor and you can put a towel down and your whole torso will be on the towel. I don't have that obviously here with a hardwood floor. Instead, I'm using these sliders under my knees. And what you'll see is that I'm going to do a motion of a pull-up, but lying on the ground. So I'm going to get set up here, and I'm going to pull myself into that position, push back, pull. So again, if you have some sort of hardwood floor and a towel, that works best. But if not, if you have some sliders or something that moves easily on your carpet, go ahead and give that a try. If you have questions about that, please feel free to email or text me. For the next part, our handstand push-ups. These are going to be strict. If you need to have a target like I do, that's totally fine. Remember, our goal is 4 to 8 during the minute. So just like before, I'm going to start with my hands up overhead, kick up, have my head or eyes looking back to the other way, and then I'm going to lower down and then press up. If you're not quite strong enough to press out, then just work the negative. So just take about 5 seconds to lower down, come off the wall, reset, kick back up. If you don't have access to a wall to kick up to, you can do what's called a pike push-up. So for this, what I'm going to do is set up in this pike position. I'm aiming my forehead at the top of my triangle. My hands are at the base of the triangle. then I'll push back so my ears are lined up with my biceps. And if you notice there, I was always looking back behind me. You don't want to be looking down at the ground when you're going into your handstand push-up or even your pike push-up. Okay, our third piece of our strength is our strict toes to bar. So just like with our pull-ups, hands are going to be outside the shoulders. We're going to try and use as little momentum as possible. Try to keep those legs as straight as possible. If you can't quite go all the way to the bar, you could always go about halfway, maybe 3/4. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, you should have a weight. So you're going to anchor yourself with a weight. Try to keep your arms fully extended, feet together, toes pointed. Come up, lift the hips, touch the weight, come back down. I could add in a tempo. So just make it that much harder. So take about 5 to 10 seconds to come back down. Remember, on your 4th minute, you're resting, okay? So I want 100% effort when it's time for the pull-ups, handstand push-ups, toes to bar. Then you're resting, okay? 4 rounds. Lastly, we have our WOD. So for this, guys, remember we have 3 minutes. We're gonna do 20 wall balls, 10 power snatches. For the wall balls, we're gonna get set up in arms distance away from the wall. Feet are in our squat stance. I'm going to squat down and then hit my target. Remember, for the ladies, it's 9 feet. And then fellas, you guys would be 10 feet with a 20-pound ball. If you don't have access to a wall ball, you've got your dumbbells. You got 2 of them. You can hold them in the front rack position, squat, and press. Same as if you had 2 kettlebells. If you only have 1 weight, I would recommend holding it horizontally, squat, and press. You can do this with your kettlebell as well. For the snatches, my feet are going to get set up underneath my hips. Remember, my arms are going to be out nice and wide. Butt back, knees out. And my setup, notice that the shoulders are just slightly in front of the bar. Knees are bent, shoulders are pulled back. And then I'll lock out overhead. Catch, reset. I can jump under. Just make sure I stand before I bring that bar down. If you don't have access to a barbell, you've got your dumbbell, you're going to alternate snatches. Zip the coat, lock out overhead, switch to the other side. If you have really lightweight, I would say go ahead and do 10 reps on each arm. If you have a heavier weight, I would say 10 reps total. So you're just alternating 5 on each arm. After that, you're going into your double unders or your penguin claps, or if you have access to a machine, max calories, road or bite. Then you rest for 3 minutes, 3 rounds. A lot of stuff here, guys. If you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to let us know. As always, good luck, move well, have fun.